Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading finds you well and enjoying March thus far. We're almost at April, right? And this new moon is in Aries. So, quite a power punch of a new moon, right? It's like the very first sign of the zodiac, and a new moon is a beginning, a new beginning in and of itself. So it's a wonderful time to lay the groundwork for a vision that we are crystallizing, that we are hoping to bring into manifestation and fruition in some shape or form, right? And so it's a lovely time to crystallize the vision, to think deeply, right, about what it is that we want to create, what it is that we want to bring to manifestation in some shape or form. And the process of that, right, on one hand, aligning and identifying and acknowledging whatever it is that we desire and whatever it is that we seek, while at the same time, right, recognizing, making peace with, releasing what doesn't serve us into that future. So it's a beautiful time, right, to meditate. And I hope that these readings are helpful for you in some way through that journey forward. All right, thank you so much. And without further ado, here we go. Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your patience. This is your new moon reading. Wow, you're right up and out. Wow, Capricorn. Out popped two major arcana, the Sun and the Lovers, both upright. You can see that. It's a little bright, but lovely, right? It's the new moon. It's a period of darkness, of stillness, of quiet, and you're coming out with cards that speak to such air, such clarity. And the Six of Pentacles as well, alongside those two, speaking to a growth of some kind. We'll get to it though. Okay. Nonetheless, Capricorn, as I was meditating on your sign, those want to come out. As I was meditating on your sign before I turned the camera on, I got this feeling of you with a book, taking notes, right? Getting your glasses on, getting really, it's like hunkering down, taking a look at the fine details. Okay. I'm gonna pull a few more for you. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, Capricorn. So we have these three cards, right, that popped out as the sort of apex energy for your spread. And in and of themselves, they represent ascension of some kind, leaving behind dark matter. Okay, I'm compelled to say it in that way. Leaving behind what does not serve us, frustration, enclosure, feeling stuck. And the feeling I'm getting is that you're taking matters into your own hands. You're taking your personal sense of satisfaction, even your self-satisfaction, into your own hands. And you're focusing. This is what you're doing, Capricorn. You are consciously deciding to step into the light. And that's a very interesting phenomenon, right? Especially during the new moon, because it's so dark. It's a period of darkness. So what I'm feeling is that you're transmuting whatever this period means for you, whatever emotions it elicits, right? Whatever truths you illuminate during this period of time, right? the quietness, the stillness of that face-to-face between our human existence and that of our soul. So, I'm feeling that you are remaining on target. You're focused on uncovering your answers, whatever they may be, whatever it is that you're searching for. I sense that you are absolutely in search of something. And I feel that it will ultimately bring you, and it ultimately represents satisfaction, emotional satisfaction, bliss. But you know, it's almost like you know that the route to get there is by day, is in the sky. You must fly in the sky to make your movement forward. So in some shape or form, there is a coming to light. There's a coming to terms with some aspect of this process, whatever it is that you're moving through. And you know that your growth, and discovering a sort of treasure. I'm getting that feeling with the Six of Pentacles. Whatever this treasure is that you're seeking out, you're heeding your inner intuition and guidance. That is your navigating force leading you to it. If that makes sense, Capricorn. All right? So what I'm feeling is that there's a striking out in an independent way where previously, right, we may have felt stagnant, absolutely, held down, bound to an environment, a situation, an ideology, a way of thinking even, right? Habit patterns that did not serve us, that hindered us, that hindered our growth forward. And the theme that you have here is the Mother of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Two of Wands upright, overlaying the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, Capricorn. You're releasing either your own previous conceptions of whatever this process is for you, whatever it means for you, whatever this new world is that you're moving into. You're removing your the sort of more conventional fixed notions of how you should pursue it and even what you should pursue. And if this is not your own sort of propensity to follow a certain train of thought or ideology, principle of thinking, right? It could be a person in your midst, or just someone, something, an environment, a situation, an experience that represents that old world to you, that you feel you don't align with, that you feel you must rise above from in some shape or form.
Let me think about that. Okay, I found something on the web for where is that might presents that old world to you that you feel you don't, the language that you feel you. Take a look.
Siri is like, let me get on the action here in this tarot spread. It's real hot. So Siri is echoing that sentiment. Let us heed that, right? So, and it was like an echo, right? It's like I said what I said, and then Siri came in and somewhat echoed it. So it's kind of like right when you're in the cave. And I brought this analogy about in the last new moon reading. Nonetheless, right, you're in a cave and it's dark, and it's almost like an echolocation of some sort. You call out, right? You call out by voice. Hello, hello, hello. Like, and it's to gauge, right? It's to gauge your place within a space by way of reference, right? By way of the reverberation of your output. If this makes sense, I'm feeling this is going to relate to a number of you, okay? What I'm getting here, Capricorn, is that you think about it like this, right? What is an echo? An echo is a reflection of the passing of time in a way. Okay, so it's related to the past. It's related to conventionalism, as I'm seeing it here for you. You are leaving behind the echo, the shadow, okay, of your soul's desire, intent. Okay, you're transforming, Capricorn. You're transforming. And I feel like you found your way. You found your light. It's like the two birds, right? They're migrating. On the Lover's card, they're migrating to seek out abundance, to seek out where life grows, where the land is fertile. So it's like you had to leave that cave, right? You had to leave that cave. You had to make peace with whatever was in it, whatever remained in it, right? To officially recognize even, I'm inside of a cave, right? I'm not going to find this fern that I seek in here. The fern that I seek, the dream that I desire to bring about, to manifest, requires the sun. So it's like a clue that leads to another clue that leads to another clue, and you're on this treasure hunt. Okay, so it's like you're putting the pieces together. Like, okay, whatever I'm searching for, this treasure, right, this treasure chest, is well, what is it, right? If I'm gonna find it, where does this treasure chest how does it thrive? What does it need? What kind of environment does it need to sustain itself? It's a plant. Aha! It needs the soil. It needs the sun. So I'm in the cave right now, right? Reverberation, reverberation. And the feeling that I'm getting, you pulled the Four of Swords as well. But I'm feeling that this is past energy that you're transmuting. Okay. It's like this, Capricorn. Right? It's like, aha, I'm in a cave. I'm in the wrong place. I need to leave the cave. I need to leave this shadow world. Did you see how the background just got darker ever so slightly, right? It's like you've made a transition. There's a displacement. Okay, there's been a displacement from dark to light, realizing I'm in the wrong environment. I'm searching for what I'm looking for in the wrong place. Okay, so and if you haven't reached that understanding yet, if you haven't reached that clarity yet, do research, whatever it is that you're seeking out. Think, Capricorn, what, and of course this will apply to everyone differently, right? But think about what I'm searching for. What are the conditions under which that survives? And then you're going to know where to go from there, I'm feeling. Okay, you're going to know how to orient yourself, right? Like the birds migrating with the sensory details that they just sort of, it's an understanding that's so subtle, right? The birds, they don't calculate, right? They don't like compute, right? Actively, consciously, what direction they need to move in. It's a being. It's a being of one with the environment. Okay, and by way of that, with themselves. So meditate, calibrate, align. I'm getting align your intellectual mind, your logic, your rationality, right? Your the propensity of thought, of the workings of the logical mind, and that of your intuition, where the crossroads of those two sort of hemispheres of your being come together, or just parts of your being come together and align. That's going to form the path forward. That's when you're going to have this aha moment, the clarity of, wait a second, right? I now understand, right? There's no way this thing could be growing in a cave, right? A deep, dark cave. So I'm feeling that your intuition is going to feed you clues the more that you align with it and with yourself first, right? That will allow for that sort of download, as we'll call it. Now, what's replacing the Mother of Swords is the Two of Wands upright. So you're leaving behind conventional ways. You're leaving behind this insistence, like, but I heard that it's in the cave, and I know it's in the cave, and I intellectually rationalize that it's in the cave. I use my special calculator, right? Handy dandy calculator that computed for me, right? Like, but we know how many times a GPS can be wrong, right? Can direct us in the wrong way. And oftentimes we have to listen to our intuition, right? It's like that moment of you're driving somewhere, okay, and it's a place that you've been before, but you decide, you know what, I'm just going to give it up to my phone, my GPS, right? It's technology. It knows, it should know. So, right? I'm giving it all up to the technology. Now, the phone somehow starts leading you in the wrong direction, and right, it's like I'm feeling the point you're at is you're bringing about this. You're stepping into the clarity that, wait a second, this thing's wrong. Like I myself, I recognize, I realize that this is not the right direction, right? It's like my intuition. Even though I'm using my GPS, I still have a sense of place, right? Markers of recognition. Oh, that red brick building, right? It's like that, that may mean something for some of you, right? I'm just coming out and saying that, I'm compelled to say that. But the feeling I'm getting, right, is like you're now realizing, forget this thing, like forget the GPS. Okay, it's like going in the wrong direction, doesn't know where it's going. I'm gonna follow my intuition with this, right? I remember that this place I'm going is usually right behind that brick building, and the red brick building is on this street, and that street is always going to be perpendicular, right? Whatever you must be thinking. So, or rather, feeling, knowing, okay, intuitively. So, this sort of more impulsive, spontaneous, even considered risky, but yet channeled, focused, directed concentration is taking the lead here, is taking the reign over conventional rationalized thought. And it's almost like, this is like, I'm getting a strong intuitive feeling here. It's like your intuition is going to be driving whatever this is. Hearing like getting down and dirty, like that's it, right? Like pulling off the gloves, like forget this thing, right? Forget this fancy technology. It's like, I'm going to use my own technology, right? The technology of my being, mind, body, soul working together as one, right? And again, this will speak to everyone differently, I'm feeling. But the Three of Wands is beneath the Two of Wands. So it's like you're seeking out, it's like this is the treasure. This is the portal. This is the home, right, that you're seeking out. And it's going to be by way of your direction that comes from your intuition. I'm feeling that very strongly. Okay, so dynamic approach I'm feeling is conducive here. Absolutely. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And you pulled Temperance upright, the Four of Swords upright, Strength in reverse. And overlaying this trio of cards, off in the bottom left-hand corner, is the Two of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Cups is somewhat crossing this trio. So it looks kind of like this. Okay. Now, Two of Pentacles in reverse, off on the bottom right-hand corner. I'm feeling that this route is taking precedence. This method, this approach is taking precedence, whatever that may mean to some of you, right? And what you're leaving behind is a situation that was not fruitful, where you felt I don't feel like I have my footing here with this old approach, where it was I'm feeling your fire, your impulsive sort of intuition about how you should approach a situation took the back seat. Okay. And maybe you even, right, like it's kind of what the feeling I'm getting is like you felt something. It's like, when you feel something, but you don't want to say it because the other person maybe has a different opinion or something like that, where inside, deep inside, what's right, how you should move forward. But for some reason or another, it was perhaps contrary to what the majority or the societal belief is of how you should progress. And so but that did not, taking that approach did not speak to your power, did not speak to your ability to, you felt like this is not the right direction. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing it in this way. And it's not fruitful. Okay. And you had this clear feeling, the wrong direction. And so the Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, both twos, and you pulled the Lovers, right? Another two. So a lot of alluding to two. But the Lovers are free, whereas the Two of Cups is heavier energy. It's bound. It's water, right? And it speaks to a moment of stillness, the appreciation of a moment in time. But again, right, it's that cave feeling. It's like the feeling I'm getting right now with this card for you, Capricorn, is like sitting in that cave, right? Like, let's say it's you and someone else who was on this treasure hunt. And it's like there was a stagnancy of approach to whatever this process has been that felt disempowering in some kind of way. Okay. And so there's been a reorientation of approach. And you've decided, right? It's like, I'm not going to sit in this cave and have this, right? This makeshift sort of little table where we're sharing a drink. Like, we're not going to find what we need in here. Like, this is, right? It's like, let's remember what we're even looking for. We're looking for this. And this plant thrives, exists, lives outside, right? In the open air. So there's been a transformation of approach in whatever this is. And the Two of Pentacles in reverse off in the bottom right-hand corner. Interesting, very interesting. Because it speaks of flight. It speaks of the flight of this butterfly. But the inherent stability, right, of this butterfly as it moves forward. As it moves forward along its route. It's about really feeling purposeful with your direction. But what I'm feeling here is that somehow, perhaps even, right, it's like these two twos, somehow there was a certain element of feeling even bound in some way to whatever this situation was or this approach. Perhaps you felt like, well, whatever this was, it did not make you feel stable. That's for sure, right? Especially Strength in reverse as well. Did not make you feel stable. And the feeling I'm getting here, Capricorn, is like, look, Temperance, Four of Swords in reverse, Four of Swords upright, Strength in reverse. It's like, that situation where you're like, you have to just bite your tongue, but you want to say something and you know the right way to do it, but you don't want to step over toes in some kind of way because you feel like you have a dynamic that you have to uphold in a peaceful manner, right? It's like you don't want to overexert yourself in some kind of way. It's the feeling I'm getting here, right? Not sure how that applies to everyone, but right, I'm feeling that that's a concept that has been transformed. And so it's kind of like these two individuals, right? You felt like we have to somehow assimilate. in our thinking. We have to align together in our thinking so that we can actually fly, right? It's like we have to balance the two wings of this butterfly need to be balanced so that the butterfly can fly. So there's a certain element of symmetry as well here that I'm feeling was not coming about by way of whatever this approach was. So it was kind of like a sinking ship. That's what I'm getting. And you guys realized we need to ascend. Like we need to, this ship is not taking us where we need to go, right? This approach is not fruitful and it's leading us in the wrong direction. So, and this can involve finances, trying to balance finances with perhaps another, right? The financial approach, what goes into even the investigation of this, trying to bring the two parties together in a way that collaborate harmoniously. Okay, so, but I'm feeling yet again, right? That the more that you think outside the box, right? The more clarity will come about. Okay, and it's going to energize you. It's going to energize you to do that, to think in ways that challenge the status quo as well. I'm feeling that strongly, Capricorn. All right, so it seems like you guys are on some kind of Sherlock Holmes mystery escapade, Capricorn. But it seems you've made your way out of the dark, and it seems that you've made your way through sort of the biggest hurdle, right? It's like in the whole process of searching for something, I feel that, right? It's like it's been a while trying to figure something out, and you're like racking your brain, like why isn't this equation making sense? Like why can't I do the math problem? What am I missing here? And then, right, just suddenly it clicks. It's the aha moment, right? Like there was a sort of perception of the math problem that needed to be shifted, and then it just kind of becomes much more simpler. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, oh, now, okay, well, this is easy. Now I get it, right? So you're making waves. You're making waves with whatever this progression is for you. And it'll be exciting to see how it all culminates at the full moon on the 11th of April. So stay tuned for that, Capricorn. And nonetheless, I will be back soon with your April reading, your mid-April reading. The first 2 weeks of April reading is already posted, so feel free to check that out if you haven't already. But it spoke very much to this concept of investigation. All right, but also I highly recommend you to check out your ascendant, rising, and moon sign as well, as oftentimes those will provide you with further insights into your situation. I know that I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun, so it doesn't hurt to check it out. If you don't know your signs though, you can click the link below in the description box, and that will compute your signs for you. All right, thank you so much, Capricorn, and I hope you have a beautiful new moon. Bye.